Hello, welcome to gusmcdoll Strategy and Tactics, and thank you to our subscribers. In this series, we play through each of the battles in the American Grand Campaign in Close Combat 4, the Battle of the Bulge. We use historical World War II US Army doctrine to plan and conduct each battle. This is the strategic map. It is 1600 hours on December 16, 1944, and the weather is overcast. US forces have no air support, no artillery, and no supply drops. The last battle was on the Siegfried Line between the US 110th Regimental Combat Team of 28th Division and the German Kampfgruppe 901 from the Lehr Division. It was a major American victory. The next battle is at Echternacht between the US 109th Regimental Combat Team of the 28th Division and the German 5th Fallschirmjager Division. Echternacht should be used as a breakwater against the German tidal wave flooding the Ardennes. The train station, lumber mill, and the town centre are key objectives for the defence of the town. Keep these secure and hold the road open to Esch so that German formations can't flow west of the town. Echternacht can serve as a vital jump-off point for an attack northward into the German spearhead. On the US side is an American infantry battle group from the 109th Regimental Combat Team under command of Colonel Rudder. It is slow and reserves are depleted. The first thing to note is that the battle group consists of only 5 squads, none of which are rifle or BAR squads. So it is not so much an understrength company as a platoon with lots of officers. The original squads from the first battle retain their names and statistics. Since the last battle, the battle group has been reinforced from the regimental reserves. Let's rename the new squads off camera for ease of reference. Now, let's review each of the squads. 1-1 is 1st Platoon Headquarters. 2-1 is 2nd Platoon Headquarters. 3-1 is 3rd Platoon Headquarters. 2-2 is a recon squad. 3-2 is a 60mm light mortar. Next, let's look at the map and conduct a commander's estimate of the situation. Our mission is to guard Echternacht. The town of Echternacht in Germany lies on the river Our, which wends its way from the east to the south in this sector. The town itself consists of a number of 2-storey stone and wooden buildings. The town's first reason for prominence comes from the road network, with roads from the town east to the Reich, north to the Siegfried Line, and west to Esch, as well as roads to the south either side of the river. The town's second reason for prominence is that this road network all comes together at the Echternachtbrug, or Echternacht Bridge, across the Our River. Over the bridge, and across the river to the south in Luxembourg, is a small village. The largest buildings in the village are a large mill and the mill owner's 3-storey house overlooking the bridge. The village otherwise mostly consists of single-storey wooden buildings for the mill workers. Beyond the village are wooded hills. Finally, to the east of the town centre is a railway station. The railway runs across the river, but the rail bridge was demolished by the resistance and never repaired. Within the town, the buildings limit observation, meaning engagements are likely to be at short range. The exception is along the streets, which make natural fire lanes. The town and village buildings provide excellent concealment and good cover for infantry. The main obstacle is the river, with the choke point at the bridge. Each of the town buildings is also an obstacle, needing to be cleared or bypassed. Because the streets are fire lanes, the longer streets should also be considered obstacles and crossed carefully. The bridge, with the crossroads immediately to the north, is key terrain. The area around the bridge controls movement along the 2 key avenues of approach. From the southeast, through the village and across the bridge, and from the northeast, along Main Street to Esch. The last battle saw the Germans take control of the town of Echternacht, north of the river Our. The Americans retain the south bank and the village in Luxembourg. The Americans are in contact with the German 5th Fallschirmjager Division, so we know they have parachute infantry reinforced by a Sturmgeschütz assault gun. The Germans control the road west to Esch. In this battle, they are likely to attack to seize the Echternachterbrück or Echternacht Bridge across the Our River, and thus control the south bank and end American resistance in this sector. There are 3 approaches to the bridge, and the Germans may use all of them. The assault will almost certainly be supported by the Sturmgeschütz assault gun, probably by a mortar, and possibly by smoke. The Americans have a good defensive position, but are under strength and in a dire situation. They need to withdraw, but to do so they need to open the road to Esch to the west. But with only a platoon up against a German infantry company with armoured support, the question is, how? They need to open the road to Esch. To do that, they need the Germans to abandon the west of Echternacht, and to do that, they need a diversion. My cunning plan is this. The 3 platoon headquarters will maintain the defensive position around the bridge against the expected German attack. They will simulate the normal activity of fully occupied positions. This is exactly what the Germans will expect them to do. The Germans will not expect them to counterattack, which is what they will do with the recon team, who will conduct an active patrol. From the woods to the east, across the railway bridge, to seize the railway station and road to the Reich. The Germans will need to respond to this provocation and restore their line of communication back to the Reich. This will drag German attention and forces off to the east, leaving the west wide open. Meanwhile, the mortar team will have been delivering fire support from a concealed position in the woods to the southwest on the German side of the river. Once the Germans pivot east to counter the counterattack, the mortar team will leave their position and seize the road to the west. Once in position, they will act as the covering force. Then it is every man for himself. The 3 platoon headquarters will use smoke to break contact and move south, then west. And the recon team will also break contact, cross the river to the south, and use the cover of the woods to move west and marry up with the American forces. That is the plan. I have made my decision and have placed the platoons and squads in position. And so we begin. Coleman's recon team commences their active patrol. The Sturmgeschütz. The Americans in the defensive position start to spot German infantry encircling them to the north. A Panzerabwehrkanone, or anti-tank gun. This gun could pound the defensive position into rubble from a safe distance. So it is a target for the 60mm light mortar. German infantry close in. The gun is a Panzerabwehrkanone 43 8.8 cm cannon. Fortunately, it is not in a good firing position. Coleman's recon team moves to cross the River Our at the fallen bridge. German infantry are moving from building to building, cover to cover, tightening the noose. Coleman's team is counter-detected by the anti-tank gun. They open fire.
Sergeant!
Bennick and Coleman are both killed.
No clear path.
Chavez is under German mortar fire. German infantry have broken cover and are converging on the bridge. The Sturmgeschütz pushes forward aggressively. The Americans continue to hold their fire until German troops get much closer. Chavez has recovered and opens fire on the anti-tank gun. He kills 2 of the crew. He is drawing the attention of the German light artillery away from the American defensive position. The anti-tank gun barrel swings around. Mortar rounds fall. German infantry are closing in, but in the open. The Sturmgeschütz drives under the guns of 3rd Platoon headquarters. And is destroyed. The Americans open up. The Americans go to ground. The Germans have dropped smoke to cover their positions. They should have done this earlier. Captain Mullen is killed. The anti-tank gun is combat ineffective. The Germans abandoned the gun. First Platoon headquarters is annihilated.
Serving ammunition!
Abel's mortar team run out of high explosives. And drop a smoke mission to cover their movement.
Serving ammunition! We're busy!
Chavez's one-man active patrol retakes the train station.
Pin down! Serving ammunition! Serving ammunition! Serving ammunition!
Abel's mortar team move to secure the road to Esch.
Sergeant! We need to pull back!
Chavez now cautiously patrols forward. Prisoner. Firing dies down.
In position. Area secured.
With the East in American hands, for now at least, time to take the road to Esch. Then withdraw.
Serving ammunition!
Stalemate. The battle ended because both sides' force morale got too low. Both sides still control some victory locations. The battle was a stalemate because each side controls the same number of crucial victory locations. The Americans lost 7 killed and 4 wounded. The Germans lost 17 killed, 10 wounded, 1 prisoner and 1 Sturmgeschütz, as well as an anti-tank gun abandoned and later recovered by the Germans. Let's examine individual squads. Captain Mullen was killed in action and posthumously awarded the Combat Infantryman's Badge. First Sergeant Stone has the Bronze Star from the first battle. For some reason, Private Chavez is not recognised. I would nominate him for a Bravery Award and a promotion. PFC Early has the Bronze Star from the first battle. Private Seymour adds a Silver Star to his Combat Infantryman's Badge for knocking out the Sturmgeschütz. So far, the campaign remains a major American victory. The Grand Campaign has 16 days remaining. Your defence of the Ardennes is progressing better than your historical counterparts. Over the campaign, cumulative American losses are 99 killed in action, 84 wounded in action, 3 tanks, and 6 guns. Cumulative German losses are 188 killed, 150 wounded, 19 tanks, and 10 armoured vehicles. So, what did we learn? The German attack failed for 2 main reasons. First, they failed to capitalise on the range advantage and firepower of the Sturmgeschütz and the Panzerabwehrkanone 43 8.8 cm anti-tank gun. With good lines of fire, both of these artillery platforms could have remained outside effective infantry weapons range of the Americans. Then, in coordination with the mortars, they could have pounded the defensive positions to dust prior to an infantry assault. Instead, the Americans knocked out both platforms, and the mortar wasted its ammunition on the diversionary active patrol. Second, the Germans assaulted in the open. While they initially made good use of cover in the advance, the final assault was delivered in the open and without smoke obscuration. The German mortar only used its smoke after the assault was defeated. It would have been better employed during the assault. This could have allowed German infantry to close with the American position and overwhelm the thin defences. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and donate, and stay tuned for the next episode.